Sightings has continued to follow developments in the San Luis Valley of Colorado and New Mexico, where bizarre livestock mutilations have been plaguing ranchers since 1967. It is an unexplained and gruesome phenomenon that just won't go away. They may call this part of New Mexico God's country, but if you're a cattle rancher here, this is hell on earth. Bizarre livestock death, commonly known as cattle mutilation, continues to occur with alarming regularity. Recently, a sightings team returned to the San Luis Valley to investigate a rash of new reports.
Somebody or something is killing these animals. And the shock to me was seeing these animals lie there, and they looked like they were just sleeping. But yet, their tongues were gone, the sexual organs were gone, the blood was gone.
Gail Stalin is a New Mexico-based livestock mutilation investigator. She has worked on over 50 cases, including 8 in 1996 alone. She is now concentrating her efforts in the Taos area, where the most recent mutilations have taken place.
The authorities right now, I do not believe, are handling mutilations in a proper way, or let's say a more professional way.
What I hope to change is to impose a forensic protocol on the cattle mutilations. I would like to see an organized response from the government to address this issue, to investigate cattle mutilations as a crime scene.
John Paternoster made the cattle mutilations a central issue in his recent bid for district attorney of Taos.
It's a growing mystery. It's a significant economic impact on the ranchers, and they deserve a response.
Carlos Trujillo is a cattle rancher in Peñasco, a remote town south of Taos. Just before our arrival, Trujillo had found his prize bull dead. Organs, including the heart, had been removed with an eerie surgical precision. Trujillo told local field investigator Michael Abbey that he was dissatisfied with the county inspector's findings. This was not the work of a coyote.
I talked to the inspector personally, and he said that it was some kind of a predator or coyote. Well, if them coyotes have knives like that, I mean, we're in a heap of trouble. We're in a heap of trouble.
Like many local ranchers, Trujillo doesn't know where to turn next.
It hurts. It hurts in the pocket.
The ranchers are frustrated, there's no question about that, about the lack of any kind of a response, a uniform, significant response from government.
As part of this investigation, Sightings traveled to Albuquerque to try and get some answers from John Wortman, the director of the New Mexico Livestock Board, the state agency charged with investigating cattle mutilations.
I can't say that we've actually determined the specific cause of death in any of those. Some we've got a higher probability of that maybe they died of natural causes or struck by lightning or were killed by a predator or whatever. Yes, there are some of those that have been reported that we just have no explanation, but that's not to say that there was some deep, dark mystery about why they died. We just don't have a reason for why they were killed. We haven't been as careful with crime scenes in some of these mutilations as you would like to have if you're going to try to find evidence. And in some of these cases, there's very little evidence there, and when you walk in there and start rolling these animals around trying to figure out why they died, you destroy whatever evidence is there.
In those cases that remain unresolved, the Livestock Board believes that a conventional explanation will be found.
We think that there are individuals out there that are mutilating for whatever reasons, either ritual activities or vengeance or just pure vandalism.
The assertion by the New Mexico Livestock Board that there's cult activity behind these cattle mutilations or malicious vandalism, I have to say, is based, from my knowledge, on insufficient or completely absent evidence. It seems to me that everybody's got a lot of theories, but nobody's got a lot of hard evidence.
One prevailing theory connects the mutilations to UFOs.
Well, as an official here in response to the aliens are taking our cattle hypothesis, I understand there are people out there that firmly believe that. And I guess I can't prove that that's not true. We have no evidence that would point that direction. And at this point, we're not pursuing that as a possibility of the problem.
Eventually, better forensic procedures may help officials cope with mutilations mystery. But for now, it's an economic burden for the ranchers and a mystery to the community at large.
We don't know. And until we do know from hard evidence obtained at the scene in a forensically responsible way, we're just guessing.
Gail Stalin isn't waiting for the wheels of government to turn in her favor. She takes this issue personally and continues to fight for the ranchers.
I'm going to continue investigating these mutilations because I truly believe that eventually we will find the answers.
In November of 1996, John Paternoster was elected district attorney for Taos and the surrounding county, and he's vowed to continue his fight to get to the bottom of the mutilations mystery.